You know that shit's dope. Okay. Satanism. What does it mean to me? I know I've covered this before. I just kind of feel like talking a little bit. Plus, I think my tattoos are kind of good in this lighting. Like this, I like this vibe. This whole vibe we got going here. I don't know if you can see it all. My wife is a good decorator, so. Kind of curious to hear other people's, like, how they became, like, a Satanist or had different views on religion and stuff like that. Because for me, I mean, kind of a little, I don't know. For me, I, like, read the Bible because I went to church at a very young age. Well, I went to St. Michael's Preschool, Concord, California. Odd place. They read the Bible a lot. I was into the choir. I thought it was interesting. I thought it was cool to sing with all the big kids and shit. And, yeah, just kind of, I was all into it. I was so into it that I read the Bible. I fucking had the fucking different, chapters, like Genesis, Exodus, like, labeled, color-coded, and marked. And I would read them. I would highlight my favorite parts. But the only thing is, once I was old enough to actually understand, like, what it was, and what genocide was, and, like, how, like, a 60-year-old shouldn't fuck a 8-year-old, or get married, or whatever, you know, or, like, the whole shellfish and purple thing. There's the basic, I'm, like, tired of repeating it, like, I'm tired of hearing it, like, the sins that you're gonna go to hell for, like, they're fucking really unimportant. But yeah, it was just that, and we did this one, because I was in the choir, from age 4 to 13, I want to say, and I just said, fuck that. But we did this one thing called Cool in the Furnace. It was like a play type thing. I forgot who the fuck it was, but it was like, we're like, yeah, it's cool in the furnace, man, because, like, some story in the Bible, this dude went with some workers and did something. Honestly, I totally forgot, but it just still sticks out to me, and, like, the ruler at the time fucking put them in the furnace and fucking turned it on full blast to incinerate them, essentially. And, yeah, that became a story, and somehow they were, like, dancing and singing Jesus praises and shit, in the furnace, and they let him out and they freed him, or something to that effect. I'm sure someone could have a better, whatever story, I don't care to look it up. I just remember my grandma bought me these cool-ass fucking sunglasses with, like, fucking silver shiny chrome shit on the sides of them, and they all had shirts that said, it's cool in the furnace on them. And thinking back, us little kids at a church singing about people trying, it was like a little play too, it was very interesting, about people trying to light us on fire because I know there's a reason, but yeah, still, it's the whole point that that's a thing and that's acceptable. You know, Jesus on the cross, you know, bleeding from the head and hands and, you know, essentially getting stabbed. That's okay to show children, but I mean, like, there must be PG-13 ratings, and, you know, like, gay-ass movies, there must be rated R movies on shit like this, like The Meg, like, it's not scary. Just saying, but you know, but the Bible's acceptable, and teaching kids to burn people alive in a furnace, or disembowel their child for Jesus, like, that's what you need to do in life, and that's how you prove you're worthy. But just being, like, a person that does what they want to do and doesn't hurt anybody and contributes to society isn't really a promoted thing. Have you ever noticed that? It's more about, oh, be controllable, be passive. Those have never been two things I've been, and the more I've tried to be controlled, or the more people want to be more dominant over me, unless it's, like, a different way, but that's different. Yeah. Moving on. Yeah, I don't listen very well, in a general sense. Maybe it's the whole, okay, first of all, I don't believe in horoscopes, I kind of do sometimes when they seem right, but the whole Gemini thing, where, like, curious and intellectual, and and, you could talk about anything for days, or talk to anyone, or listen to anyone, or you're adaptable. It's a good way of mug that says that. But what the fuck was I saying? Oh yeah, I was just way too curious. You know, I read that, like, I really enjoyed, like, Dante's The Divine Comedy. You know, that book that's, like, this fucking thick and all gold and shit, and, like, I liked that, this, like, the different layers of hell, and, like, the descriptions of that, and it was more, interesting to me. The fuck are you tripping on, Chew? Chew! It's okay. You're fine. Yeah, but, like, biblical stuff is very interesting to me. Like, Constantine, like, the whole idea of how he committed suicide, so he's going to hell, type vibe, and how he doesn't want to die, and, like, possession and all that stuff. Like, that interests the fuck out of me. Like, ghost hunters interest the fuck out of me, but I don't think it's actually real. There's a difference between being interested, like this Megalodon movie that's actually possibly, you know, based on something true. Obviously it didn't happen, but I mean, I don't know, it interests me. Religion interests me, like numerology interests me, but I mean, that's more realistic to me than that. Than actual religion. But I think my original point is that, yeah, I was baptized and confirmed, which that was interesting. My grandma said I would see the light of Jesus when I was confirmed, and I didn't, and I was disappointed. So I was like, "No, you're full of shit." At this point, plus I had a crush on the girl in the choir, and that being a gay thing was a sin, and yeah, I just kind of realized that it was definitely not for me. Where was I going with this? Satan? I watched this thing, it's a Vice documentary, it's like 5 minutes, it's a documentary. Basically, like, the dude was a total fucking douchebag, and then who the fuck was it? I don't even remember his name, I tried to screenshot it. I did, but I'm not gonna read it, or go look, because I can't do it on my phone right now. But the dude was saying, he's the author of some fucking thing, about, like, LaVeyan Satanism, how, like, basically, okay, the Vice dude was trying to be like, oh yeah, it's fucking rituals, and we're gonna go in fucking darkness and chant to Satan and the dark lord, you know. And this dude all comes on like, no, it's not even about that. Like, we don't believe in God. How do we believe in Satan? It's just both ideas are fucking idiotic. You know, if we choose to, I think it was, they did like the 9 angles ceremony, or like a very quick snippet of it. And like I had the satanic rituals, and obviously the satanic Bible, and the satanic witch, and I just really related with all those. I never did the rituals, but I read them. Just because I would, if I ever did them, I'd want to do them right. And I think that requires a group. I did the whole sell my soul to Satan thing, but that's another video I already did. What the fuck was my point? Yeah, people have this, really fucked up video. I'm dumb. Idea in their head about Satanists. But honestly, I think Satanists are, like, probably the best people. Because they believe in themselves, bettering themselves. They know they can't change the world, but they can make their own world. The dude was saying how, like, Charles Manson, he was like, you know, when he was asked, like, how was prison, he's all, what prison? You know, because it's all in his fucking mind. He was in jail for basically life. I think he got out and then died, or he died, and I don't know, some news, I don't believe it necessarily. But, you know, he just had the power to control people, that's why they had him locked up, you know? That's why Anton LaVey was such a good showman. Like, the small-minded people actually thought he believed in Satan, thought he was this fucking evil person that killed babies and all this bullshit. But literally, he was just kind of doing shows, making a statement, being the anti-fucking church, because he didn't like the church. You know? I don't believe in Satan. I know LaVey and Satanists don't believe in him. It's not theistic. Theistic is, like, believing in that, you know, like, real, there's a fucking dark lord and you're actually gonna fucking go to hell and have demons and... No, that's not gonna happen. You know, but, I always come to these points and I don't know what the fuck I was saying. This video's, like, 9 minutes long, so I'm gonna kind of wrap it up here, but... Yeah, if anything, I would say I'm a light LaVeyan Satanist. You know, I mean, it's just really something you practice. I don't know, how did you guys get into Satanism or whatever religion you are? Even if you're fucking Christian and randomly stumble upon this video, or whatever religion, fucking agender, fucking otherkin, I don't even know what there is nowadays. Everyone has a special label, so I know that's a gender thing, I'm just saying, okay? Anyway, give me thoughts. Tell me what I should do, video-wise, the subject-wise. But it's probably not going to get any further than me sitting here and bitching and looking like shit, so... There you go.